Raw exclusive. The Raw approached the Wallabies' most successful coach, Rod McQueen AM, for his thoughts on how rugby can run with the ball in Australia again. His answer is the Einstein project. Can Einstein fix Aussie rugby? One of my favourite Einstein quotes is when he was conducting a physics class examination and one of his students pointed out the questions were the same as last year. Einstein replied, yes, but this year the answers are different. That applies so much to sport and business, and particularly to rugby as it is today. So, here are my thoughts about some of this year's answers. Our own unique and united rugby plan. Rugby union has changed significantly since the beginning of professionalism and is continuing to evolve. If we look at the key performance indicators of some of the top New Zealand teams, there has been a dynamic change, predominantly over the last 10 years. Australian rugby has lost a great deal of its intellectual property edge. Countries around the world have taken a lot of the innovations the Wallabies introduced and are now well ahead with their own initiatives. New Zealand, especially, has undertaken an inspired business plan to put systems in place to take the rugby into the future. They continue to work together to develop their skill level and physicality, which keeps them at the very top. This has been achieved by further deepening a united pride in the New Zealand rugby community and the way they play the game. AFP photo. Frank Fife. No short fix. Bottom-up, top-down. Australian rugby is now at the stage where it must undertake a plan that is not a short fix, but rather a plan based on creativity, data and evidence-based innovation. We need to develop and build an understanding of how the game will be played in the next 5 years. The appointment of Rod Kafer is a great initiative by the ARU. Rod has always had a clear and insightful understanding and appreciation of the game. Looking to the future, we need to develop and build a brand of rugby that is unique to Australia and gives us many on-field options. Once we have this blueprint, we will need to select the personnel and skill sets to match. Armed with a vision and a plan, we need to embark on a nationwide program and include the grassroots on the journey. The people in the clubs are the hearts and minds of our game. To be successful, we must have a unified sharing approach. We should take the game to the nation, educate the grassroots, juniors, the age representative levels and senior ranks. An important element of this proposed new connection would be developing a respectful Australian culture with enjoyment and pride being a key factor. Supporting this would be an obligation from contracted players to spend time with allocated club sides. This would achieve two things: increasing the knowledge and skills of the club sides and ensuring that the professional players continue to have a strong bond with the grassroots. Initiative on and off the pitch. We also need to be mindful, proactive and clear with our goal setting. For example, it was critical for us to win the tests against England last year. As a lead-up to that series, England had just competed in the Six Nations. Conversely, Australia did not have a lead-up game at all. We should never undertake a critically important task like that without having at least 2 warm-up games. In today's unforgiving professional